In the previous lecture, we had seen how to do a file-to-file scenario. In this lecture, I'm going to show you how to add complexity in that scenario and how to capture the dynamic configuration values from the message header and write it in the output payload. To do that, I'd be writing a Java mapping program. I'll be creating two objects in the ESR, that will be the operation mapping and imported archives, and I'll import the Java mapping class into the imported archives, and I'll run the scenario and I'll show you that the output payload will have the dynamic value which is written in the input message header. To do that, I am here in the Eclipse and I'll create a Java mapping Java project first. I'll name it as adapter specific message ASM property and finish. I'll create a package. I'll name it as com.integration.py. I'll create a class. J adapter specific messaging property. Finish. So once I created this class, I need to extend abstract transformation. Okay, so before extending this class, I need to do one thing. I have to include the library which has been provided by SAP. So we use this SAP standard library to write the Java mapping programs, and then we extend abstract class, abstract transformation class. Okay, so once you extend it, the compiler will throw error saying that you need to implement the unimplemented method. So this is a transform method. This is where you write all your logic. Now to capture the dynamic property, you need to do certain things. First, you need to create a dynamic key. So I'll create a dynamic key, dynamic configuration key. I'll name it as file name key, and then dynamic configuration and create. Okay, so create method has two parameters. First is the namespace. I'll show you how to populate these. So I'll open this, or instead I'll go here, message content, dynamic configuration. If you remember, I had checked the 5 checkboxes while configuring the sender file channel. So those 5 checkboxes had 5 attributes, and these attributes you can see that they have been populated inside the message header of inbound payload. So this is the first one. You can see source file timestamp. Now if there is a need that you have to implement the timestamp of the file inside the file payload, you can do this by the method which I am showing you here. So first I will go to the namespace, and these two parameters are string parameters. In this case, I'll be populating the file name inside the payload and name. Yeah. Now I'll create dynamic configuration object. I'll name it as conf. Now to create dynamic configuration object, we can get the instance by using the input in parameter of transform of this transform method. I'm renaming it as in and out in dot get dynamic configuration. So this method will give me the dynamic configuration of the input payload. Now once we have the dynamic configuration object, we can get the value. So here I need to give the key. Okay, so if you see, this method get method takes dynamic configuration key object as input parameter, and in output it returns a string. So string, this is my file name. So till now we have captured the file name inside this file name variable, and now we'll be writing this file name into the output payload. Fetching the file name from dynamic configuration key. Now I'll be writing this file name in the output payload. Writing file name in output payload. To do that, I'll use the output parameter of the transform method. Get output payload dot get output stream dot write, and write the file name at bytes. So once you are done with this step, you will receive error because of the output stream. That will be a unhandled exception which we have to capture in try catch block. Now we can do one thing, that in order to throw an exception, let's say that something goes wrong and we are not able to write this file name inside the payload, we need to throw the exception. For that case, we are going to throw a new exception. That will be the runtime exception.